Dan, what's that?
Contact with the head.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Rugby League Outlaws. Dan, we've got a lot of footy to talk about. Let's bring you the inappropriate t-shirt wrap-up.
Magic weekend.
What a weekend of footy.
Great
what
weekend
a weekend of footy. And they've announced that it's going to be in Brisbane again. There was a lot of talk. It may go elsewhere. I think it should have. What about you?
Yeah, I was quite surprised it was announced so far in advance. I mean, judging by the crowds, everyone supported it. It looked like a fantastic weekend. We'll be there next year. Watch out for us. But you think it should have gone elsewhere?
I think it should have gone to the Warriors. At least just for 1 year. For everything they've done for us. The competition has stayed healthy for the last 2 years because of them. Sacrificing. Would have been good just to give them something back. We've taken the nines away. We could have given this back.
That's a good point. And they've shown that they can, like if something does happen, they do have to shut the bubble again. The NRL has shown that they can react quickly and reschedule. So, yeah, I don't hate that at all.
Yeah, you could have given it to the Warriors and then had Brisbane on standby.
Absolutely, yeah. Do you think it'll be in Brisbane full time?
I think the Queensland government want to hold on to something. They want to hold on to a sporting event. And I think they'll do their best to keep it. And look, Suncorp's an amazing stadium to watch footy. And Brisbane is very convenient to get to. There's a lot around, and the footy stadium is very close to a lot of, night spots and great pubs, great food. But I just think next year would have been a good taste to give it to the Warriors.
Absolutely. I threw Perth out there earlier in the week. I still maintain, in terms of grabbing fans, that's a good idea. But someone pointed out it's so far away from everything. It makes it very difficult to travel to.
Time spots as well, like 3 hours behind.
That's true. I actually thought the times worked as a positive because you can play night games here still in the day over there. But it's just so far and so expensive. So I think, keep it on the eastern seaboard.
Channel 9 has signed Cameron Smith. Ray Hadley's gone to Fox Sports. And
Good gets.
Not as good as ours.
We got Benny G. He's back tonight too with a wrap-up. I'm excited for this.
Cannot wait for that. Brisbane season's over, Dan.
Done, mate. Official. Yeah, it's Until official. This week, they were keen.
Yeah, the Kevolution was happening and then they got 50. Jesus, Manly look good.
They do look real good. We said earlier in the year that they would finish outside the top 8. Starting to regret that just a smidge.
Yeah, and it's such
Still don't like them.
No, it's such an ordinary team with two great players.
Bog average, 2 great players, and their forwards seem to have come out of nowhere too. There's a lot of belief at the moment.
Yeah, look, and we're talking about how good Manly are, but for mine, it's now evident this is a 3-horse race.
Absolutely. The Roosters are probably your closest. Canberra are going to be there or thereabouts, but I mean, they almost lost to a Bulldogs team.
Yeah, it's Penrith, Parramatta and Melbourne.
I agree.
They're so far above everyone else, it's not funny.
Do you think anyone from outside that current top 4?
Yeah, Manly. With the form that they're in, Manly could do it.
I never thought I'd hear those words come out of your mouth. It sickens me, but I think you might be right.
But let us know what you think. If there's another team out there that can challenge Penrith, Parramatta or Melbourne, but for mine, you might as well just play every game, just have a 3-person tournament.
Fair enough. Zero tackle talking point this week, Terry. Maybe the most simple one we'll ever encounter. The new rules.
What's annoying, Terry?
I don't mind the NRL bringing new rules in, and especially with contact to the head, but you can't do it at 12:37 on a Friday when the game kicks off at 6 o'clock.
Yikes.
Yeah.
And geez, did the referees. They were talking about knee-jerk reactions being in response. I think we saw it in the first night with 8 sin bins across 2 games.
I think some of the sin bins were warranted, and some of the send-offs were definitely warranted, but there were some of the calls that were just nitpicking. So bad.
Absolutely right. You got James Tedesco falling into a guy's midsection and the bloke getting sent to the bin. Ridiculous.
Yeah, he's nearly on his knees, gets hit with a peck, and the bloke is... What does he want to do?
That's where the referee...
There needs to be an independent bunker to challenge that.
Yeah, so
that was terrible.
That was terrible. Look,
there needs to be a common sense bunker.
There does need to be common sense. That's what seems to be out here. We saw earlier, years ago, when the NRL cracked down and penalised everything. Matt Chechen went on...
33 penalties.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a game where we're going to see 8 sin bins and they're going to go, well, hold up, this can't happen again.
I will say this, though. It did get fun when teams got down to 11 and defended well.
Yeah, that was true. And you saw Penrith earlier tonight actually scored 12 points whilst the man down.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of blow up on Twitter saying that this has ruined the games. If you're a bad team, going down players certainly doesn't help. But if you're a good team, doesn't seem to worry too many.
No, look, it's about time we had a crackdown because some of the shots to the heads, like Josh Papali'i, his shot was a send-off.
Yeah, is that a send-off under normal rules?
Should have been.
Yeah. I think he would have been sin bin under the normal rules, but I'm okay with that being a send-off because there was no attempt to tackle anywhere but the head. He just got it wrong and he's going to serve 4 to 5 weeks as a result.
Tyrell Fuimaono hits Ryan Pappenhausen so late off the ball. So late. High, back of the head, knocks him out, stretcher comes. There was only one outcome on that, and I fear that in the old rules, it would have only been a sin bin.
Yes.
Or on report at worst.
That is exactly why these new rules have been introduced. Now, don't get me wrong, I think there's some major teething issues that we'll talk about later. But that is the incident that this has been there for.
Yeah, look, I kind of felt sorry for Herman SASA getting sent off. That shot, I could have lived with that being a sin bin, but as they said, it was intentful and forceful, and that's what they, the minute you hear those two words, you're gone.
The thing is, this week, you could tell when there was going to be a sin bin, whereas in last week's it's like, this could go either way. So we're starting to see some uniformity.
Yeah.
I think there was probably 2 or 3 too many sin bins, which will settle down over the next few weeks.
Yeah.
I don't dislike the rule change, but as you said, you can't say, hey, by the way, tonight, guys, we're starting to...
If they had announced this at Wednesday, and you'd given the fans 48 hours to get over it, and the players 48 hours to adapt, probably all right.
We're here talking different. Yeah.
The issue that I had was the Chad Townsend. Look, we both know that everyone knows that we're not Chad Townsend fans. That crusher. How they could go back 3 tackles and pin him for that. And it changed the momentum of the game.
That did change the game.
That's not what that crackdown's for. And they got that all wrong. To tell you how wrong they got it, Chad was the only player put on report this weekend that hasn't been charged.
Says it all.
Dan, let's talk some Top Sport tips, and you had a great weekend.
I had a great weekend. Our friends at Top Sport made me super rich.
Yeah.
Over 20 times my money. It's been
and we would have made all the viewers super rich as well. We picked nearly every try scorer.
We did. People got to listen in.
Perfect round as well.
Get your pen and paper out. Write them down.
Let's start with the Cowboys versus the Knights. This is a tough game to pick because both teams are in all sorts of form.
It is. Depends which team you get.
It depends if Kalen Ponga plays.
Ponga is not going to play, is what I'm hearing, because the turnaround is too short, which makes me think the Cowboys can do it.
I'm going to go the Cowboys 1-12. Anytime try scorer, if he plays, Javid Bowen.
He's been good. Valentine Holmes for me. He's just in another world right now.
He hasn't really scored since he played us, though, has he?
Well, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. You're picking him to break the drought.
That's it.
I like it.
It's fantastic.
Speaking of games I do like, Warriors versus Tigers.
Usually I would yell Warriors at you, but the Tigers have earned that little bit of respect, and I think they might win this game.
I'm going to go the Warriors 1-12. So this is where you and I are going to differentiate. What are you picking for the line?
Tigers 1-12 for me. It'll be close.
Yeah, it will be close.
Adam Dewey, though, is my favourite player in the competition right now.
Shouldn't be at the Tigers. He's too good for them.
Way too good for the Tigers. They put him in the centres to get rid of him. He's still having a better game. For me, Adam Dewey.
You're going to pick Dewey for a try scorer?
Absolutely right.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Kemal Marlowe. He's been a bit of a dry spell, but I'm going to pick. Not only am I going to pick Marlowe, I'm going to pick him first try.
Fantastic. Sounds good to me.
I like that. And then speaking of the game that I'm looking forward to, the Sharks versus the Dragons. If we don't win this, we're not going to win another game all year. This is the game we need to fire up for. Take that second half from the Rabbits, run with it.
It's a big one. We'll be there. Yeah, come look for us on the hill. We'll be wearing the shirts, of course.
Yeah, we'll give some stuff out as well.
You can't miss these heads.
Yeah.
How do you think we'll go? Well,
I think we'll win.
Of course we'll win, but by how many?
Yeah, we've already shown that we can beat the Dragons at Cogger. It's our home ground. It's our game this time as well. So we've already humiliated them on their turf once. I'm picking us to do it again. I'm going to go with the roughie here. I'm going to pick 2 props to score tries. It's going to be Aiden Tolman and Toby Rudolph are going to score tries this week.
Well, Woodsy got one this week. So
yeah, you throw that into a multi, that's going to pay a mortgage for you.
$1 million. Look, I can't disagree with anything you said.
Yeah.
Sharks and whatever he said.
Then we have Titans versus the Bulldogs. Now, this has the makings of a really, really good game under the rules, and then you realise that the Bulldogs didn't really do well against a team with 11 players.
They did. One sin bin can change a game, except when the Bulldogs play.
Yeah.
Unless one of their players that goes to the bin, in which case AJ Brimson 5 tries is on.
Yeah, I'm going to go the Titans 13 plus on this one.
I think they bounce back.
Even without Fafita. Yeah, they were they were pantsed at Magic Round. So I'm going to pick the Titans on this one, 13 plus. I'm going to go Tyrone Peachy for a try.
I'm going to say Brian Kelly. He came very, very close tonight. Probably should have scored. I think he gets one this week.
And then we have a pretty decent game. Not really. The Roosters versus the Broncos. This is just going to be a whitewash.
Could be good. But Samuel Walker, for me, is just a freakish player. And there's no one in that Brisbane team that can go with him.
No, he's going to show the Broncos what they're missing out on.
Spot on.
I'm going to pick him for a man of the match, but I'm going to go with Teddy for first try scorer.
Absolutely. Teddy's been quiet the last few weeks.
He has, look, but the one thing with Tedesco is he can influence the game without doing much.
That's
his
true.
kick returns, his safety, his defence, everything about him.
I say that, and he had about 3 try assists on the weekend, and I still think that's quiet for him, which probably says more about him.
A game that I am looking forward to, down the nation's capital, the Raiders versus the Storm. The Raiders haven't won at home in an eternity. They turn up for this game, but they're going to be missing about 3 players.
Yeah, a lot of suspensions pending. I don't think they're going to win this game.
Look, the new rules did not favour the Raiders.
No, their big forwards got absolutely...
Ryan Pappenhausen can't play. He can't.
No, what's that? Another concussion.
It's a 6-day turnaround for him. He can't play on that. And it was a bad one.
Well, they can throw Nico Hines in there, and for me, he's going to tear Canberra apart.
Yeah, he's going to score a try. Addo Carr's going to get a double. And I'm going to pick the Storm 13 plus in this one.
Absolutely agreed.
A game that I am looking forward to is the Rabbitohs and Panthers out at Mudgee. My mum will be there. Hi, Mum. Thanks for watching. This is going to be a cracking game. Latrell's back.
Your beauty, we're going to see what the Bunnies are made of. If they come out and end this seemingly unendable streak.
We're also going to see what Penrith are made of because they haven't really faced a challenging game. I mean, Manly the other week. But they haven't really been tested.
No, Canberra turned up or didn't really turn up on their game when they went to Penrith. Yeah, that's fair. This could be
They've beaten the teams that you'd expect them to beat, and they've flogged the sides that you've expected them to flog.
Yeah.
But this is a game where Souths match up with them really well because Penrith have got aggressive forwards and so do Souths. Penrith have got 2 really good halves, so do Souths. And Penrith have got a lot of speed and so do Souths. Latrell Mitchell coming back makes this game juicy.
Humongous. If Cam Murray comes back and we got a full 13 versus 13.
Apart from Campbell Graham. That's the one player that's missing.
Look, I'm tipping Penrith. I can't see where Penrith lose a game other than, as you said,
Origin
potentially
affected.
Origin.
Yeah, I'm going to pick Penrith 1-12. All wingers to score tries.
All 4 of them?
All 4 of them.
Hey, this is going to be one of those games.
This is going to be a fantastic... And it's either going to be really high scoring or really tight, but 1-12 for mine.
Mate, I would... A 12-8 that is just defensive all day sounds boring, but sign me up.
Yeah, or even a 34-30 where no one can tackle.
That sounds
just get
better.
there. Yeah, just
34-30 for me, please.
Mate, what a Sunday afternoon of footy we have. The Eels versus Manly. A couple of weeks ago, I'm saying the Eels by 13 plus. Now, it wouldn't surprise if Manly won.
These two teams hate each other.
Yeah.
And I love it.
These two teams have both got exceptional fullbacks and exceptional halfbacks.
Can Manly do it?
Yes. Will they? No.
Manly for mine, mate. 1-12. Tommy Turbo, 2 tries.
I'm going to go Parramatta 1-12. Mitch Moses is going to clean it up. Both wingers for Parramatta are going to score tries.
Sweet Rugby League.
Yeah, mate, these are some good games.
This is magic round.
Yeah. Dan, we've got a new segment we're introducing to the show now where we can just talk about the Cronulla Sharks.
Just 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes of non-stop Shark action. Mate, I don't even know if I want to do it though, to be honest.
It was better this week, so at least we scored some points, got something to talk about.
Let's start with the hot topic. Josh Hannay reckons we can still make the finals.
Look, I'd like to think of myself as a positive Sharks fan. I'm positive that won't happen.
There are ways we can make the finals.
Drug scandals.
Yeah.
Salary cap scandals.
Yeah, teams kicked out of the comp. Hannay dropping Townsend.
Yes, Fitzgibbon coming in early.
Hannay getting sacked and Fitzgibbon bringing the Roosters team with him.
It's definitely possible.
Yeah, it's not the worst idea.
No, it's not. I like it. Let's do it. We got to sign Nico Hines now, Terry. Now.
Tomorrow.
Now.
We need to be in his agency here. Like, we can't let what happened with the Reynolds thing where we go a week without talking to him. Every day, Nico Hines.
Look, it's got to be done. By the time we finish recording this, we got to log on to Twitter and it's Nico Hines signs for Cronulla. Has to be now.
He started off at 6 really well. Like, he was controlling the game so well. Moves to fullback. incredible.
I don't care where he plays.
He's a talent, mate. He's a super talent.
The player, they're interchangeable at the moment. Will Kennedy's been very good, but if you have to sacrifice Will Kennedy for Nico Hines, get it done.
No, I put Nico Hines in the 6 with Braden Trindle. There was an article this week saying that Braden Trindle was going to be given the first crack at our halfback next year because we missed out on Adam Reynolds. I like that, and I like Nico Hines sitting next to him as well.
That's a good comment.
People are saying that he doesn't have a kicking game. That kid could find a kicking game.
Yeah, he can. And
Trindle
looked very, very good the
That
other
bomb
night.
that he put up was ridiculous.
The only one that didn't find the fullback on the full all week.
It was Reynolds-esque.
It was. Young Reynolds, perhaps? Dare I say?
Speaking of Adam Reynolds, he has obviously taken that deal to go with the Brisbane Broncos. It's not the end of the world for us. Adam Reynolds was a quick fix. Open a bit of a premiership window. Hope some other players come with him now. Now we're really going to see what Fitzgibbon is made of.
We're in a rebuild. Been saying it for weeks. Now we're in a legitimate rebuild.
You can get out of it, though. The whole thing with a rebuild, you can get out of it.
It doesn't have to be a 10-year rebuild.
No.
It can be a 2-year rebuild. But we've got to start again.
You sign some quality forwards now, and you position yourself for a couple of marquee players in years. You wrote a really good article this week on how we can turn around with 2 players. That's all it takes.
Bring Nico Hines in, then at the end of the year, you bring Joey Mano across, put him at fullback. Suddenly there's a completely different spine, belief, wins, most importantly, completely different outlook.
At the end of 2015, Cronulla made 2 changes to their squad, and it was James Maloney and Chad Townsend. We swapped our halves.
Spot on. Well, there you
Moved
go.
Bird into the centres, and look how good we were.
There you go. We're only 2 moves
players.
away.
Yeah.
Plus a couple forwards, hopefully. Look, there's plenty to like. And everyone was talking about Reynolds like he was this 25-year-old superstar. The guy,
30.
by the end of his contract, is going to retire.
Yeah.
So it's not the end of the world.
It opened up a premiership window if you go out and buy caliber players like Adam Reynolds. Now we can build for the future.
Yeah, I'm not happy this happened.
No.
But there's definitely a positive.
So what's more important now? Do we go out and buy forwards, or do we go out and speed up our back line?
We need to find some speed because we are the slowest team in rugby league by a long, long way.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I believe we need some oomph in our forwards, and I think the likes of Louis and
Dale Finucane,
there's 3 players that completely transform, but it's going to be no good if we can't make a break.
No, if you get Isaac Liu, Dale Finucane, Marty Tapau, and you add that with Toby Rudolph, Talakai, and you get rid of your Aaron Woodses and Aiden Tolmans, we've got the makings of a really good forward pack. But again, we need that speed.
Out wide, there's not one player who I'm backing to beat 90% of the back line to score a try. Harodi looked quick on the weekend.
Yeah.
He's probably our fastest backline player, but with all due respect, he doesn't make the first grade side.
If we made a break 10 metres out from our own line, there is not one player in our side that you would pick to go 100 metres.
No, Kennedy's probably the closest.
It'd get run down after 50.
Yeah.
And Andrew Fafita back in the lineup.
Played very well.
He played okay. He offered a lot more than Billy Magoulias.
Oh, in a different world. And he offered more than the bloke who didn't play a single minute.
Yeah, Josh Hannay's use of the interchange bench is really frustrating because he brought Braden Trindle on and played him in the back row when he's got a junior Kangaroos back row who's leading our meters for us.
Exactly. Not the best use of the bench, I fair to say.
No, but it was great. It was great to see Trindle on, and it was great to see Hannay thinking outside of the box.
Look, you can't. I've said let's try something different, which he did. So I can't bag.
That's not what I meant.
I can't bag him per se, but putting Fafita there, I think he has to stay.
Yeah, of course he had to stay. Like he should have been. If that's the performance we're going to get at Fafita for 15 minutes as opposed to the 15 minutes we got out of Billy Magoulias, it's terrible.
Worlds apart.
But if you guys want to hear more of Dan and I rambling on like lunatics, just give Fins Up Podcast a listen.
Yeah, just check the comments. We'll chuck a link in.
Yeah. Hey guys, thanks for watching another episode of Rugby League Outlaws brought to you by Puncture Media. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Get us in the YouTube comments. Say positive, say negative. We don't really care anymore. Best comment, we'll send out prize packs. And Dan,
Rugby League, baby!